Hello guys, welcome to lesson 5, and in this lesson we will be learning how to solve equations in one variable that contains more than one operation. Basically, we are going to solve multi-step equation. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. Alright, first example. So here we need to solve this equation. We need to go ahead and isolate y. We need to isolate y, so the best thing to do here is to go ahead and do the inverse operation, which will be the first method. So here we want to go ahead and first get rid of this 3/4. So it says it's negative 3/4, so we go ahead and add 3/4 on both sides, and then we have y divided by 8 is equal to 16 to 12. Now please remember that when you are adding, they need to have the same denominator, and the same times 3 and times 3, and then you will end up with 7 plus 9, and you get the 1612. And then the next step will be to go ahead and multiply both sides by 8, since we are dividing by 8, so we need to multiply by 8, and then we just simplify to 32 over 3. Now we could just go ahead already and simplify the 8 and the 12 is 24. So here we'll go ahead and multiply everything by the okay, so here what we can do is multiply everything by the LCD. And to do that, and the LCD in this case is 24. So the LCD in this case is 24. So I'm going to multiply y over 8 times 24 minus 3/4 times 24, and also 7/12 by 24. Alright, so that's a way for us to get rid of those fractions. So we all know 24 divided by 8 is 3, so this will simplify. And also over here, 24 divided by 4 is 6, so 4 cancel, this become a 6, and 24 and 12 simplify to 2. So this will become 3 times y, which is 3y, minus 3 times 6, which is 18, and 7 times 2, which is 14. And then from there, this become an easy two-step equation. Now we can just go ahead and add 18 on both sides. And we have 3y is equal to 32. And then divide both sides by 3. Now we can go ahead and leave our answer like this, or we can change it back to an improper fraction, to a mixed number. Alright, so that's how we simplify by that. This is how we get rid of the fractions, by multiplying everything by the LCD. So here is another one. Let's do one more example. Now this one, I'm just gonna go ahead and solve it by getting rid of the fractions. Or here we can actually use the fraction operations. So here we'll go ahead and subtract 3/4, and then after we subtract 3/4, then we go ahead and multiply by the reciprocal. Please remember that and then when we are adding fractions, they need to have the same LCD. Alright, so this will become times 3 times 3. And then here we'll multiply by the reciprocal of 2/3. Again, in red is the reciprocal of 2/3. And we get 3 times 1. And we get negative 1/4. Alright, I want to show this one again by us eliminating the fractions. let's do that. Alright, so this one will be 2/3 of r plus 3/4 is equal to 7/12. So again, eliminating here, the LCD in this case will be 12. So I want to go ahead and multiply everything by 12. So it'll be 12 times 2/3 r plus 12 times 3/4 equal to 12 times 7/12. Alright, so 3 and 12 cancel to become 4, and 4 times 2 is 8. We get 8r plus 4 and 12 cancel to become 3. 3 times 3 is 9 equal, and the 12 cancels to get 7 here. And then from there, we just go ahead and subtract 9. And we end up with 8r equal negative 2. And then we'll divide both sides by 8. And we end up with r is equal to negative 1/4 once we simplify negative 2/8. Alright, pretty easy, right? Okay. Alright, so now sometimes we might have to do multiple steps. So let's jump to that. But they're very easy since we already know how to. Alright, so go ahead and let's go ahead and do this one together. So here's 10y minus the quantity of 4y plus 8 is equal to negative 20. So in this one, please be very careful. You cannot just drop the parentheses. So remember, in front of this, there's actually a 1. So you want to make sure you distribute this negative 1 to whatever is inside of that parentheses. So it will become 10y minus 4y minus 8. Remember, the negative is just telling us to do the opposite of whatever is inside. Negative 20. Now from here, we need to put those two guys together. So 10y minus 4y will be 6y minus 8 is equal to negative 20. And adding 8 on both sides of the equation, we get 6y is equal to negative 12. Again, please be very careful with your sign. And here we divide by 6. And y is negative 2. And that's it. Pretty simple, right? You guys already know how to do the hard part. Now it's just taking it one step further and solving the two-step equation. Alright. So go ahead and try this one by yourself. Pause and then come back and get the answer. Alright, so welcome back. So here is the answer. Again, here we want to put the a's together. Alright, so you can see here how we move 2a and negative 8 together by using the commutative property. And then we combine like terms. So 2 minus 8 is 6, is negative 6. So we get negative 6a plus 3 equal 8. And then now we just finish solving it. Subtract 3 on both sides. And then we divide 6 on both sides to get negative 5, 6. Alright, so here is another one where first this time we have to distribute. Now this one, there's actually two ways to solve it. We could have either divide by negative 2, but let's go ahead and distribute the negative 2. So remember to distribute negative 2 times 3 and negative 2 times negative d. So this would be negative 6. Then negative 2 times negative d will be positive 2d. Again, please be very careful of the signs. And now we just add 6 on both sides. These cancel and we get 2d is equal to 10. And then we divide 2 on both sides to get d equal 5. Very simple, right? I know. Not that difficult. Alright, so go ahead and try this one. Let's see how you guys are doing. Pause. Solve it. Okay, good. Alright, so let's go ahead and solve this one. Let me switch back to pen. Alright, so here we get 4 times x is 4x, and then 4 times negative 2 is negative 8, plus 2x equal 40. Now we want to go ahead and combine like terms. 4x plus 2x is 6x, minus 8 is equal to 40, and then we just add 8 on both sides, and to wrap it up, and then dividing both sides by 6, and x will be 8, and we are done. You can always check your work by plugging in the 8 into the original equation to see if you will get 40. Don't forget your orders of operation. Alright, yay, word problems. So here, let's do this problem. So we have Josie bought 4 cases of sports drinks for an upcoming meet. After talking to her coach, she bought 3 more cases and spent an additional $6.95 on other items. Her receipt total $74.15. So we need to write and solve an equation to find how much each case of sports drink costs. So first thing we know here with this problem is that we need to find soft drinks cases. So I'm going to go ahead and use C here for the price of a case of soda, okay, whatever it is. So my C will be equal to the price of a case. So in this case, she bought 4 cases. I know it's 4 times some number. Let's say the price of the drink were $2 for a case, then it would have been 4 times 2. But I do not know, so I'm just going to put that as my variable because I do not know how much each case costs. Plus, then she went back and bought 3 more. So that'll be 3C. And she also spent an extra $6.95. And all of those things added up together was $74.15. Now here we are not counting tax. Alright, so this here will be combining like terms, 4C plus 3C, basically 4 cases plus 3 cases. How many cases? So altogether she bought 7 cases plus $6.95. And then here we just go ahead and subtract $6.95. Alright, let's bring up a calculator here. Alright, so these cancel, and here we get $67.20. So now to find the cost of each case, let me rewrite it over here. So here we just go ahead and divide both sides by 7, and we get $9.60. Alright, so the price of each case was $9.60. Alright, go ahead and try this one and then come back and get the answer. Alright, so here we have Sarah paid $15.95 to become a member at a gym. She then paid a monthly membership fee. Her total cost for 12 months was $735.95. How much was the monthly fee? So here we can see that to get the total cost, it's going to equal to the monthly fee plus the initial amount that she has to pay. So since M will be the number of months, so M will be the number of months. Not number. So M in this case will be the price of each month. So let me just put amount per month. Alright, so that will be 12M. So that will be 12M right here plus $15.95, which was the initial amount. And then we just go ahead and solve it. and it's costing her $60 a month to be at this gym. Okay, for those 12 months. All right, well, that was it for today. Hopefully this wasn't so bad. Have a good one. See you guys in class. Bye bye.